Look.
Listen. And welcome, gamers. Welcome, gamers, to episode 7 of Look, Listen with Geese and Guyera. I'm your host, Geese, and that's my host,
Guyera.
I almost said that I was Guyera.
It happens. I love how much more of a circus performance it is now. Big top geese peep.
Hey, look it over here. We have an elephant. I don't know. They have elephants in the old-timey circus.
I think they have them in the real circuses, too.
No, not anymore. In the U.S., at least.
Are you trying to tell me that the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey and The Greatest Show on Earth got rid of all the elephants?
Yeah, like 5 years ago.
It's not like I go to circuses every day, Geese.
I went to the circus one time for my birthday in kindergarten, I think. I had a great time.
Okay, I don't have to go to the bathroom, but I do need to. Did you hear that? The toilet running?
No, I did not. I don't hear the toilet running.
Okay. I need to switch something off on it, though, because I don't want to be speaking, and then while speaking, you hear a toilet sound. But I don't have to go, okay. I promise. Don't. I know you're suspicious of me, but no, I do not have to go.
Okay. Some insider information for the listeners. Poor Guyera ate some spicy peppers last night and is having some spicy poops this morning. Please at professor_tickle_bits on Twitter and tell us a time when you had a spicy poop. And then do hashtag justice for Rowlett, hashtag spicy poop, hashtag another Wednesday for me. Guyera's probably going to cut that out from the podcast, but you catch your toilet?
Hello.
Did you catch your toilet from running?
Yes, I was suspicious of it when I tried to turn that off earlier, but it still worked. So clearly I just twisted something in the wrong direction. It's a rip-roaring episode today. We're flying by the seat of our pants.
Yeah, I just got like a really bad allergy attack like 5 minutes before we started recording. I'm sniffling, I'm sneezing.
And I'm sure
got some issues.
Big issues. And I'm sure my voice sounds like it's sick. Geese says no. I say
it sounds normal.
Doesn't sound normal at all. No need to make me feel better. Unfortunately. And like a couple of people in like the Discord say things like, oh, don't even bother with editing. The thing is, I can't, if it's my own thing, that means that my preferences, I can't ignore them. Like, I don't like hearing a podcast where I hear somebody is sick and I don't like. Also, I have to listen to the episodes back. What if there's like an audio issue? You have to. Come on now. Where's Geese? There she is.
I'm right here.
Sick. All right. Your mother's going to be back in 10 minutes. Do you want me to start my food games shows?
How about I go first?
That would be a change of pace.
Is that okay with the gamers?
I believe let me consult them.
Hello?
Hello, gamers?
Gamers?
Okay, from what yeah, we will. Okay, from what I'm hearing from the gamers on the telephone is that you can go first as long as both Reporter Geese Peep are still in the episode and I say Pokemon move names. Still in the episode. Okay.
That's a deal.
It's a deal.
Let me just quickly sneeze. Just kidding. Never mind.
I was getting ready to say Gesundheit.
Save it for later.
Sick.
All right. I'm trying to think of any food I had. I had like something that stands out maybe is I had some Jamaican ice cream when I was staying with my sister last weekend.
I've never even heard of Jamaican ice cream.
It's just like tropical flavored ice creams, you know?
Like mango?
Like, yeah, but also there's like other stuff that's like less known, like syrup. Is that a thing?
Syrup? Are you trying to say syrup, Geese?
No.
Are you trying to say that those spicy powder?
There's spicy powder ones. Look, you know.
Listen.
Just stress me on it, okay? You can Google it yourself.
You can't trust a gamer. Why would they ever lie?
That's so true. So I got 2 scoops. I got a scoop of pina colada, and then I got a scoop of lychee. Lychee? Lychee is...
Lychee is milk. Lychee
right.
is a fruit. Or lychee.
My review, I really liked the lychee. The pina colada was okay, but Good thing I had my Lactaid.
Got the Lactaid, so tumbo troubles go away.
Exactly. I also had a gyro
Oh, a
from an
delicious
Armenian
Euro.
place. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's it for like the food stuff, to be honest.
TBH.
TV, I haven't really been watching TV. Yeah, I haven't been watching TV. I haven't really seen a movie. Like, honestly, the only TV I watch right now is BBC detective shows with my parents.
That's what my grandmother likes to watch. That's all she watches.
Yeah. So, like, I watch, like, Endeavor and Grantchester. There's like, 3 shows on BBC that's, like, a vicar or a priest and a detective who are partners. There's, like,
It's the
Father
classic trope.
Brown. So there's Father Brown, there's Grantchester, and I'm sure there's another one. But that's what I've been watching.
You can't get much better of a story than a priest, a vicar, and a detective all getting into some wild and wacky adventure on the streets of Londonderry.
Well,
The one I
watched with my parents is Grantchester, and the vicar is very hot and young.
Geese.
Oh, I forgot about. He's always edit that out. He's always
give me a clean edit. Say he's always
flirting.
This edit's so clean. Wait, say it again.
He's always he's always colluded. No, what's the word I want to know?
Collusion.
He's always with the ladies.
You're saying he has gentleman callers, but they're women.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ladies. And also, like, another thing is, like, I was debating going to an Orioles game with my sister and her, like, 9 other friends.
Sounds like, well, hold on. I was about to say sounds like fun, but as soon as you said 9 other people,
I know.
You lost me.
It's like I'm friendly with all of them, but, like, the thing about baseball games is, like, you're in that seat for, like, 4 hours.
Can't get a good aisle seat. Always running up to get some snacks.
No, the seats are going to be in the middle.
Oh,
so,
no.
like, I'm going to have to pee, like, 8 times. I'm just being like, excuse me.
Oh, no.
And it's supposed to be 97 that day. Yeah, I'm going to die. I'm
That's too
absolutely
bad.
going to die.
Because I went to a baseball game recently, last month, and had a whale of a time with my family members. But there were 9 other randos. I don't know.
I know. I hope I have fun. But, like, my sister pressured me and was like, get out of the house. And I was like, you're right.
It's a spot on Geese's sister.
But my consolation is that she's going to buy me a hot dog. So.
She better buy you more than a hot dog. At least something to drink.
Food is so expensive at baseball games.
You don't got to tell me twice or even once. I was there. Too expensive. And you know what the worst part is, Geese? I got so excited. I don't even drink soda, so I would have put like water in there, but I still got so excited because I see all these pictures of this giant cup, and then around the straw is this giant bowl full of your chicken tenders and french fries. And I was like, oh, it's genius. You eat it at the ball game, you just put it in your cup holder, and you just eat the food right out of it. And turns out that's not even in Houston. It was only in Yankee Stadium. I was devastated.
Wow.
Devastated.
At Camden Park, where the Orioles play, they have like specialty fries that everyone gets. They're like Old Bay fries. But I don't get them because I'm not a big Old Bay person, which is kind of sacrilegious because I'm from Maryland.
It's a seasoning?
But it's
Old Bay seasoning?
Okay. No, I think the Old Bay fries, I forget the actual term. They have like crab cake on the fries as well, I think. Also, I think the game that we're going to, they give out like some free item.
I went to Stranger Things Day at the park.
Oh, I want to see what theme I'm going to get or what thing I'm going to get. Well, while I Google that, tell me about what you're watching, eating, playing, gaming.
All right. But real quick, also, when they did Stranger Things Day at the baseball park, so every time they showed the player coming up, it was a cool, like, Stranger Things sick little display they had on the screen. And when it was the opposing team, they were everything was written upside down. Much like the upside down in Stranger Things. All right. Let's see. We'll go in order of what it says on the list. Food. Last night I ate buy one, get one free chili burgers. Had to wait too long in line, if you ask me. Also, the other day, Geese, I ate raisins because they opened up a new one in Burbank and it was super delicious and very good and exciting. And somebody named Michael ordered before me. So it was up there and they said Michael, and I'm like, oh, there's not nearly enough raisin sauce here. Oh, raisins is Raisin Canes. I should make that clear. It's the best fast food on the planet. It's very, very good.
Update, I cannot figure out if I get a free thing for going to this baseball game. Okay, sorry,
Way to go,
continue.
Geese. Also, so there was this food truck that I adored that normally hung out near where I live on like Tuesdays when there was a farmer's market. It was called like Estola China Ola, something like that. Birria. And are you familiar with birria?
I'm not.
Geese? It's a type of food, like Mexican food, you'll find in taco trucks a lot. It's basically like a specific kind of meat. I still get beef, but other people get different kinds of meat. And you dip it into this thing called consomme. Consomme. It's like this, sort of like, you ever been to Portillo's? Sick. This is going to be more and more difficult to describe. Well, they have what they call gravy, which is just this like wet, soppy, delicious juice. Oh, wait. You've had a
Like
French dip
anjou?
before, right? With au jus?
Anjou? It's like anjou, yeah?
Perfect. Ingenue. No, au jus.
Whatever.
Whatever. What? It's me.
Omelette de fromage.
Fromage. Okay. It's a similar concept to au jus. So it's like a meat juice, and you dip your queso taco or whatever in there. And the first time I tried this place in Silver Lake, it was absolutely outstanding. I loved this food, and I told everybody about it. And Taylor and I would be like walking, and we'd see the truck go by, and we'd wave and get excited. And he'd wave back. But then I tried it. Now it's in a different place, and I tried it, and my main guy, my boy, wasn't there. There was different people working there, and it didn't taste as good this time. And it gave me some tumbo. Trubs.
That's the worst.
I did get a lot of food. Bolt was right because I was posting about it, and Bolt was like, "Looks good, but way too much food," and he was right. I should
Do you
have
ever
just
like
stuck.
keep leftovers?
God no. I just eat everything.
Dude, I
first
was just
try.
assumed you post like 2 people's worth of food. I just always assumed that you had leftovers all the time.
No, I eat it all the first try. First time.
Oh my gosh.
But I probably would have been fine with just the queso tacos. But instead, I gotta.
Can I send you some like Tupperware or something?
But then you gotta cook it.
You just microwave it, Guyera.
It's not even gonna taste good.
Yeah.
Microwave pizza's bad.
You put leftover pizza either on a skillet
You can do
or
that,
in
yeah.
the oven.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I do visiting family. Good that way.
Dude, oh my god.
But my mistake was with the queso rollo, which I guess it just looked. Oh, just talking about it grossed me out. But I think it was supposed to be for keto people or something. But it just looked interesting, so I tried it. I wasn't a fan. Let's move away from the queso rollo. And
Okay.
on to video games.
Oh, I forgot to talk. Oh, gotta censor that. I forgot to talk about the video games I wanted to talk about.
Geese popping in with games.
So I'm playing Power Wash Simulator. That's been fun. Guyera has played with that when the game works for him, when it doesn't crash.
Hey, look. Not everybody has fancy gaming PCs. Some people have a launch model Xbox One that can't even launch the gosh darn game.
But that's been fun. We've been like watching Dan's stream of him doing it, and it's just so infuriating watching him do it because like he'll like clean a section and not move on before completely finishing it. So everyone just has to redo his work. Ugh.
Some good drama in the Power Wash community here. Power Wash Chronicles.
He's not following the right meta, I think is the gaming term for.
That's got to be it.
Yeah. And then we played some Mario Kart last night. And if you're following along, you know that Guyera and I have
Fierce rivalry.
Yes. And I still have, how many games have I won over you at this point?
It's only like 35.
So Guyera is always trying to close that gap, and I'm trying to widen it.
And it's not like we've only raced a couple times. We've raced hundreds of times. So it's 35. Come on. In the grand scheme of things, nothing. I'll get that back for sure. I just got to unlock the right car or do something or download
You don't have all the cars?
cheat tricks. I have all the
You don't have all
cars?
the cars? Don't you?
I don't think so. I don't have that golden car that Keith has. Although I think to get
I
that
don't
one,
have
you
that
have
golden
to
car.
you have to just get 3 stars on all the single player courses, something like that. I don't think you can just unlock that one through playing multiplayer.
I thought it was you get that car when you get 3 stars on all of the courses on the 150cc, but I did that and I did not get the gold car, so I don't know.
Maybe it's more than 3 stars. Maybe it's that actual mega 4-star. Pardon me, that like 4-star thing when you actually stay in first every.
I
almost
also
lap.
got that.
Weird. Sounds like a Google's in order.
Anything else you've been doing?
Well, I never got to say my games.
Oh, sorry.
I played Stray. That came out yesterday. That video game is a good video game.
It's a good game.
It's not. I don't know what I was expecting. It's just a cute little kind of puzzle game. It has some vibes maybe of the Playdead games. I think that's the name of that studio. The studio that made Limbo and Inside. It's not like scary and creepy and stuff, but it's similar where it's just you do little puzzles and you continue through a story. It's cute. The music's good. I'm glad it's a part of PlayStation Plus. I was going to say Extreme. PlayStation Plus Extra, the middle tier, because I may have been disappointed if I bought it, if I paid money for it. But again, it's not bad. It's cute. You can meow. You can sit in little cozy spots and take a nap and purr, and you hear the purring in your DualSense, and it's very cute. And you can scratch on all the rugs and carpets and all the like couches. You can scratch up on the sides. It's fun.
You said this was like reminded you of like an indie game from a couple of years ago, right? Like in general.
Big indie game vibes. Like it's an indie game that people would be talking about for like an Xbox Live Arcade or a PlayStation 4 release. Just similar vibes. It's not some AAA game. Okay. I was going to give more examples, but none of them are going to sound right. I was going to say like Braid and The Witness. That's Jonathan Blow games, but those, it's nothing like that. It's not, the puzzles aren't that complicated. They're just simple little Ocarina of Time puzzles where it's like, get this and give it to that person. And then they'll give you this and you can give it to that person. But it is not a bad game at all. It's worth playing is what I'll say about. And that's all I'm going to say too, because I'll tell you right now, little response message over here and their whole, let's have an episode about Fast and Furious, but actually spend most of the episode discussing an episode of Star Wars. I don't know if I'm into that. Shots fired.
Shots fired.
Another game I've been playing just a tiny bit is the demo of Live Alive, which I'm pretty sure is how you pronounce that game. Geese, it came out in 1994 only in Japan on Super Famicom, and they never released it in the United States. And it's one of the most revered JRPGs of the era, and we've never got to play it, but now we can.
Before I was born.
Before she was born. Now we can play it as of, what day is today? Wednesday? So in 2 days we can play it. I'm just playing the demo right now on Switch. I wish it was on PlayStation for trophies, but what are you going to do? Doesn't seem like any of the 2D HD games are coming to PlayStation, but that's okay. You can play it portably. It's fine. I'm playing it on the TV with a Super Nintendo controller, so it's more authentic to the original experience.
Sick.
Okay, real quick, let me go through my movies and shows. Better Call Saul, still fantastic. I watched a movie, The Black Phone. It's a horror movie. I wasn't planning on seeing it. I saw the trailer for it in the theater several times, but it got pretty good reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. On Rotten Tomatoes, like people write for Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes is just an aggregate of reviews, but it was all right. Like a couple things I've watched, I think it did a good job at the end where everything comes together and it's excitement and tense at the edge of your seat and everything's going. And you're like, like it was good there.
My parents are back.
Hello, Geese's parents.
I was hoping to do reporter geese
knock on
pee
the door
before
and
the
some other
game.
kick open the door.
Okay.
I
Oh, a hawk just landed.
Farouk just landed.
A hawk. I'm looking at a hawk right now.
I meant to watch that volcano movie I was telling Geese about, Volcano of Love, but I woke up too late that day, so I couldn't end up watching 2 movies. I'll watch it later, maybe next week. I was thinking today, but now I'm busy today, so I'll watch it later, probably, you would imagine.
This is a hawk I've been watching. It lives like in my backyard. It's pretty cool.
And now, it's time. The Clambos demanded it. Reporter Geese Peep, what's the weather?
Okay, I can't wait to do that. My parents are here.
That's my favorite part about it, is that your mother's gonna hear.
Hi, I'm Geese Peep.
I'm gonna do it a little whispery, so everyone turn up.
Turn up your volume.
Everyone
Max
turn
it
up
out.
the volume.
No, it's fine. I'll just amplify it. It's fine.
Oh, God.
Geese is nervous. Geese is embarrassed. This is on you, Pikablu. And RDFine. They both love it.
I'm reporter Geese Peep, reporting live in the field. Today's weather in Huntington, New York is 93 degrees Fahrenheit, with 4% precipitation and 41% humidity. It's gonna be a hot one. There it is. Why are you just smiling and
I'm
looking
waiting
at
for you to
me?
say back to you for Poke News of the
Oh.
Week.
Back to you, Guyera.
Perfect. Stay inside, folks. It's now time for Poke News of the Week. We had a Charlie. We had a shiny Starly community day, which is exciting for some people, Geese, but not for me, because I already have several shiny Starlies. That's what we should do as a vocal warm-up. Shiny Starlies.
What
From
game
Pokemon
did
Legends
they get?
Arceus. I already have the full line shiny, so it didn't mean much to me. So I didn't go outside during the scalding heat to go get shiny Starlies, but I did leave 10 minutes before it ended and still managed to find 3 shiny Starlies for 1 of each in the evolution line: Starly, Staravia, Staraptor.
When did that Pokemon get introduced?
That's a Gen 4 Pokemon, so it's the bird of Sinnoh, so Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. And that's since Legends Arceus is based in the past of Diamond and Pearl. That's why it's like the most common bird in that game as well. This isn't big news, but yesterday was Spotlight Hour. Tuesday, we had Star U with double transfer candies, so you could transfer your post to get some more candy. I, of course, took advantage of that. And Geese, you shared this picture too in Discord. It was Sarah B. Joe's big wedding day, where we get all our news. He had a big old Pokemon wedding where he married Marty is her name. I'm trying to remember her like screen name, like virtually Marty, something like that. Geese, why don't you tell him about the wedding cake?
I forget the Pokemon's name.
Alcremie, Gigantamax form.
Right. Yeah, they had like this huge Alcremie cake, and I was like, "Dang, that must be a nice wedding." Because that cake, woo, it's a fancy giant cake. They must have had like hundreds of people there.
From the pictures I saw, I don't know if it was hundreds or dozens, but I don't know. Maybe they're all hiding behind the camera. It was a very adorable wedding. Little Pokemon plushes everywhere.
Oh my god!
What a
so
great
cute.
time to be a Pokemon fan. What was that, Geese? I didn't even hear you.
That's so cute.
It is.
What kind of plushes?
Little groom and bride Pikachus.
Oh, those are so cute.
Unfortunately for them, they tried so hard to get a hold of these specific plushes that were only in Japan, and they paid all this money to get them imported. But then they're English, by the way. They're in English. And then 2 days after their wedding, they announced those plushes for other places. And they're like, oh, God.
Well, it is what it is.
Okay. Last, close your ears for just 1 second, for 5 seconds. If you don't want to hear Scarlet Violet leaks, because we're getting some big Scarlet Violet leaks, everybody. A lot of Pokemon, a lot of information. Okay, close your ears. When I say 0, close your ears for 3 seconds if you don't want to hear. because I'm just going to say it real quick. Close your ears in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. It looks like we still got alphas. Okay, you can open your ears now. You can open your ears now. You can
Wait,
open
I
your...
wanted to talk about it.
Oh, Geese wants to talk about the leaks. Oh, no. But I already
You don't
told them to
have
open
to.
their ears.
It's okay. We'll move on.
We'll move on from the news. All right, that was a good episode. Now we're at the wrap-up. Sick.
All right, let's just jump in.
All right, Philip.
All right. It was episode 19, right?
Episode 19 is the first on the list.
And the episode in English is A Guardian Rematch. And translated from the Japanese title, it's Intense Electric Shock Training, a rematch with Kapu
Kokeko.
Koko?
Kapu
Oh,
Kokeko. Geese, I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark and say this was not your favorite episode of the 3.
nope.
It's just a big old battle.
I mean, it's not as big as a battle as like other episodes with battles. We got some like nice Sophocles lore.
Oh, that's right. That was this episode. We're about to find... I thought that was cute, that whole plot line. So let's jump into it, like he says. Oh my God, those
Yeah.
portraits behind you are so funny. Good Lord.
Why?
I don't know. It's just silly. The 3 people. It looks like one of those stock photos. That's why it's funny. It looks like it's sold like that. Episode 19. Geese already said the name of the episode. We open with a poke a problem with Kukui, Professor Kukui. Kukui says, "Whose house does Ash go to?" Or something along those lines. And then Geese in Japanese, when the episode opens, because I think it opens on a little battle, right? Where Rockruff is fighting a Mudbray. Yes. So in Japanese, there's big giant text on the top of the screen that says, "While watching anime, make sure not to sit too close to the screen and that the room is well lit." But they're just
your
they're just
eyes?
looking out for kids. Which, Geese, let me tell you a story. We're taking a break from the plot immediately. When Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots came out in 2008, that sounds right. They didn't have a midnight launch for it, which I thought was wild at GameStop because it's a huge game. Why wouldn't they release it at midnight? Instead, we had to wait until the store opened to pick it up. And I got the collector's limited edition. It was super sick. And I'll never forget how much I was laughing because I was so sleep deprived. I think I must have stayed up all night just to get this game. Got there, GameStop, grab it, go, drive back home, put the game in, turn off all the lights, sit right next to the TV, and then as the game is installing, it says, "Do not play in a completely dark room, do not play sitting close to the screen, and do not play while sleep deprived." And it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. I was doing
That's so weirdly specific. Like,
all 3 of those things. They're just looking out for people.
wow.
Wow. Okay, like I said, we're at the Pocus. Look how much water I have, Geese. Are you kidding me? I'm starting an episode with nothing?
Wow. Amateur hour over here.
It's not even amateur hour. I had a full water before we started. So we're at the Pokemon school, and like I said, Rockruff and Mudbray are playing. Rockruff uses a rock attack. Mudbray kicks it with his little double feet, and then I believe Ash at that point is like, "Well, what if we do a Z-move?" The Z-move, spoilers, Geese, defeats Mudbray. Do you recall what the Z-move was?
Breakneck Blitz, right?
Ultra Dash Attack. Interesting. Maybe they just mistranslated. Geese, it's so funny going from episode to episode because the translations keep changing in little ways. So remember, in English, it's still snowy, right? For that Alolan Vulpix?
Yeah.
Okay, so in earlier episodes in Japanese, they were just translating it as Shiron. Now they're translating it, which isn't a translation. That's just what she's saying, literally. Now they're calling her Snowball. So I guess that's what Shiron means. So I might accidentally call her Snowball. We'll see.
I have a question.
Yes, Geese with a question.
Is Mudbray new to Sun and Moon?
He very much is. And he evolves into Mudsdale, which was on my team, as I mentioned in episode 2 or something like that.
Right.
We probably talked about it on the Kiawe episode with all the milk.
Oh, yeah,
episode 4.
you're right. I forgot.
Everybody forgets sometime.
I
Everybody
love Mudbray.
congratulates Ash on the great battle, but Rockruff is a little bit sleepy. He's tired. I like this kid. When he shakes hands with Ash, the kid that's battling Ash, he's got the sickest Geodude shirt I've ever seen.
It's a sick shirt.
One thing, I don't know if every Pokemon season does this, but one thing the Alola season does a lot, and I don't know if this makes sense or not, but rather than saying arigato, he'll say, when he wants to say thank you to people, he'll say thank you, which some people do in Japanese. But there's a couple phrases they just use the English. A lot of times when Japanese people say thank you because they don't go th in their language, they just turn it into an S. So it's just thank you. And I'm really trying to think. I'm probably looking too deep into this, but I wonder if he wasn't doing this in previous seasons, are they saying thank you because does Alola speak the same language as Unova? Just like how Hawaii speaks the same language as the United States of America. Who's to say? Kukui steps out after the battle and tells Ash, hey, Ash, you know those Z moves get stronger the stronger you get. So it's a whole Dragon Ball Z situation over here.
Sure.
And
I've never seen Dragon Ball.
Oh, okay. I thought you're just completely uninterested in Pokemon. Sure.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. Yeah. Ash gets excited about the prospect that he's getting stronger. He's like, well, why don't I just rematch Tapu Koko then? And Lily's getting jealous. Not in a bad way. She's just like, man, I wish I could do what Ash is doing. Sophocles, somebody mentions Tapu Koko's type is electric and fairy. And Sophocles is like... Lily does. So Sophocles is like electric type. Well, let me train you. I know everything about electric types. He very much does know right now. Let me tell you right now. We cut to after school, and Ash and Sophocles are walking over to Sophocles' house. And it's very cute, and his mom and his pops look just like him. And Geese, there's fresh, hot malasada she's got for him.
I like his house because he lives in like a townhouse in a very like suburban looking area. I like the house diversity and like the family diversity of the kids in the series.
Yes. Apparently he lives close to the school. Ash mentions that. Yeah. Sophocles introduces Pikachu and Rotom to the family.
Also, I'm pretty sure that Sophocles' dad is the same voice actor as Kiawe.
Interesting. Very interesting because those two characters are not that similar. His mom and Sophocles' mom and dad look a lot like Sophocles.
Yeah, it's really cute.
So they're eating a big old piping hot plate of a bunch of fresh, hot, homemade malasadas. Ash and Pikachu both stuff themselves silly. Geese, what was that?
I want. They just look so good, and I want them.
Malasada Mondays. Go to Sidecar Donuts.
What if we stream sometime? One of us. It'd be me. What am I saying? One of us. It'd be me making malasadas.
Can you do it?
I could do it.
All right.
Write in everyone at Professor_Tickle_Bits and say we want malasada stream. # Justice for Rowlet.
I haven't heard anything from Aaron back yet, so you guys really need to get it together.
Guys,
tagging Aaron. Now, to be fair, the last episode we recorded where we demanded a lot of this hasn't gone live yet. But just so you know,
you guys should preemptively know.
We're getting impatient already. So I need every single one of you to go onto Twitter, even Instagram. I don't care. You can find them at PROF_tickle_bits. Tell him, Geese, what do we tell him? I already forgot. Something about malasadas?
We want malasada baking stream now.
Malasada baking stream. #Rowlet was robbed. #Rowlet is a cutie.
Hashtag Throwback Thursday.
#Throwback Thursday. Thank you. So Ash and Pikachu completely stuffed themselves full of malasada. The animation here is pretty good with how large their stomachs are. And Sophocles' mother is happy to see that they enjoyed themselves. But then Rotom starts to scold Ash and says, did you forget why you came here? We're supposed to be training for Tapu Kokes. And Ash goes, and jumps up and like, yeah, let's get training. This is actually the part where we meet his father. Sophocles' father is outside watering flowers. He mentions that he also eats too much of Mama's food. And now we see Sophocles' lab. Geese, did Sophocles say like, oh, my dad built this for me or something along those lines?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's basically, he has like a corner in their backyard shed.
It's got a bunch of sick monitors, data everywhere. Rotom loves it. There's also dangerous stuff, so you better be careful, Geese, and not just touch anything. Oh my God, Geese, who touches something and what happens?
Himbo Ash. And he gets electrocuted.
Yeah, there's this shock hat that keeps traveling from person to Pokemon to person, shocking absolutely everybody in there. Everybody scolds Ash, and he says, "Go, men," which is Japanese for sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
Turns out Sophocles is a giant nerd about electrical data.
Nerd.
And they're trying to explain to Ash all this data, and he completely doesn't understand. Rotom basically calls him a big ol' himbo.
Yeah, you just see Ash like going around the shed, poking at things, and he just ends up yelling, "This means nothing to me."
Yes. And if you remember from a few episodes ago, the adorable little hamster wheel that Togedemaru used to run in. Now Pikachu's trying the little wheel. Everybody's having a great time.
Oh my god, it's so cute. They show like Pikachu and Togedemaru hanging and playing. It's so cute.
Couple of sweethearts. Turns
Couple of
out Sophocles says, "Wait, you like that little hamster wheel? Well, come outside." And he's got a human-sized hamster wheel, Geese. And Ash throws out all his pokes, and everybody jumps into the hamster wheel, and they start running and running.
Who built this? Like,
Clawless?
where's the funds for this giant hamster wheel coming from? And who built this?
The Malasada money, of course. Of course. Maybe in Pokemon, there's like really... I would venture to bet, which is a combination of two phrases. I would place a bet that in the Pokemon world, there is a lot of public funding for scientific research. Based on what I know about Pokemon, I feel like they care a lot about science, and those funds are available. Anytime you need them, here's a grant.
Maybe the Pokemon world is a post-scarcity world.
We all live in a Pokemon world. Pokemon. All right. Everybody jumps in. Rowlet's running. Rockruff's running. And they're just trying to... Wait, Geese, do I even know why they're doing this? Oh, I know what I forgot. Sophocles puts a little sticker on their forehead to measure their data. So he puts this little sticker on Ash and all the pokes just for data, just for research purposes. And everybody's running, and eventually Rockruff and Rowlet, they fall out of the hamster wheel. But Ash and Pikachu just keep running, and they go faster and faster, and they're powering up. And does the Z-Ring glow in the hamster wheel? So everybody's freaking out. Ash is saying, or no, Sophocles is saying, these readings are off the chart. And Ash and Pikachu glow yellow and get so powerful that the entire hamster wheel explodes and a giant lightning goes into the sky. And who notices, Geese, in the magic jungle?
Tapu Koko.
That's absolutely correct, Geese.
Okay.
Togedemaru is very cute in this scene, by the way, as you could imagine.
Always cute. She's a little sweetie.
Togedemaru hops in little mama's arms because the parents clearly, obviously, come outside to see what all this commotion is. There's a giant explosion in their backyard. And Sophocles says,
like,
this is...
Like, he just, like, explains to like, his parents, is like, "I've had a breakthrough." And his parents are just like, "Okay, sweetie.
Okay.
Sure thing."
It's the biggest breakthrough this lab has ever seen. Now we cut to the school, and they're going on about physical activity boosts Ash's power. Pikachu feels something, Geese. Something calling him. And he runs outside. What could it be, Geese? All the pokes follow, then all the kids follow.
It's Tapu Koko.
Your boy and mine, the guardian deity, is calling out to Ash. Tapu Koko charges towards Pikachu. And I think the other Pokemon are trying to, like, defend, but they're kind of pushed away when Tapu Koko lunges towards Pikachu and just...
And, like, points.
Yeah, just points at him. It's very sick. Very sick.
It's like, ew.
And everybody's like, "Let the battle begin." And at that point, everybody runs out. All the kids, professors. There's a kid with a real sick Magnemite shirt. Very important to note. Kugui is very excited about this, and they do a sick widescreen letterbox thing. Snowballs there. Snowy. Okay, Pikachu, quick attack. Now Iron Tail. Iron Tail again. And the screen's completely yellow. And Rotom says Pikachu's speed is 12% higher. But oh my God, Geese, it's a nature's madness where Tapu Koko shoves his little talon claw into the ground and creates all this purple lightning, and it hurts Ash. And Kukui's talking about it. And then Pika's running around, and Ash is like, "Pikachu, we got to find an opening, so just run around." And then I think this is just Tapu Koko's active ability, do I have it written down? What's it called? Electric terrain. Because all this electricity starts coming from Tapu Koko. Maybe he did do an attack to Ash, but basically the electricity gets dangerously close to everyone. But thankfully, Togedemaru saves the day, Geese, because of the lightning rod ability, which what does it do?
Absorbs all the lightning.
So none of the kids get hurt, and it's perfect. At this point, Ash's light. What's his crystal called? Latinium? Electrium Z.
Electrium Z.
Yeah, his Electrium Z starts glowing, so now he knows it's time for Sparkling Gigavolt Punch. Fully powered, and Ash and Pikachu do the same moves, and they do a big ol' punch, but Tapu Koko protects himself by closing his little wing things.
Was it not Gigavolt Havoc?
In Japanese, it was Sparkling Gigavolt Punch. But Gigavolt Havoc, I
Okay.
believe, is the word they use most of the time we watch him do it. It's like the end of the Cell Saga in Dragon Ball Z, where Ghost Goku is behind Gohan doing a powered up Kamehameha. It's very, very sick.
Sure.
Yes. So Tapu Koko, I believe he hits a tree, and then Pikachu goes for another Iron Tail, and then Tapu Koko, this is scary here. Tapu Koko throws Pikachu off a cliff. Pikachu breaks through a fence, and he's gonna die, Geese. He's falling off a cliff. Pikachu! And then Ash runs, and Ash jumps off the cliff to go save Pikachu and grabs him, and they're falling. They're gonna die, but thankfully, what happens, Geese?
Tapu Koko saves them.
And Rotom takes photos. Tapu Koko's a good guy. He's a nice guardian deity. He's not gonna let those kids die. Although his voice
Not
is
today, at
absolute
least.
goofballs. I don't know about English, but Japanese, he's like.
He's kind of like that, but like a little lower. I don't even know how to do it.
In Japanese, they don't have a problem giving super cool characters silly, high-pitched voices. And in English, a lot of times they're like, nah, he's got to sound cooler. You gotta bring that voice down a little bit. In Japanese, Goku... I'm talking about Dragon Ball so much.
Jeez.
He doesn't know anything about Dragon Ball. But in Japanese, Goku's voiced by a woman the whole time. So he has a higher voice. But in English, he does not. Ash promises to become stronger so he can battle Tapu Koko again. And Tapu Koko can be proud of him. So he says to Tapu Koko, I'm going to get stronger for the next battle. And Tapu Koko's like, and just flies off. And that's the end of the episode. But the stinger is, Geese, did you watch it when I sent it to you?
Oh, yeah. It was so cute. Sophocles just playing a little DS.
A 3DS. It was adorable. I loved it.
We loved it.
Yeah, you can say what happens in the stinger.
Okay, so it's really cute. Like, I don't think there's any actual talking. It's just Sophocles, his dad, and his mom on their couch. And Togedemaru is like on the coffee table, like bouncing up this balloon as like a little fun game. And we see like it like put one of its spines out, like about to pop the balloon, which probably was gonna release a lot of electricity. So Sophocles, his dad, and his mom move the air so that the balloon goes over, so Togedemaru doesn't pop it. It's very cute.
Yeah, they all go, I don't know if that picks up on a microphone, and they're moving their little hands back and forth to try and move the air towards it. And then when it flies off, Togedemaru just smiles and is like, Togedemaru, and like chases after it. Very, very cute. And that's the end of episode 19. And you know what that means, Geese? Water and bathroom breaks.
Nice.
Who doesn't love them? Be right back. I only have to pee, don't worry.
Okay.
After we're done recording, I got to refill my water gallons big time.
Or water gallons.
Yeah. So I have an empty gallon of water, and then I put 25 cents in the machine to get fresh filtered water. It's delicious.
I have a question for you. You have a fridge, right?
I have what?
A fridge?
A refrigerator, yes.
Is there anything in that fridge?
Yeah, it's all Taylor stuff. I have my waters in there and my cold brews, coffees from Starbucks.
Wow.
Because
I just have so many more questions, but I'm not. Now's not the time.
Why wouldn't now be the time? I get my cold brew coffee, I drink it, then I get the free refill, and I take the refill home, put it in the fridge, and drink it the next morning.
So you'll have leftover coffee, but you won't have leftover food.
Correct. Coffee tastes the exact same. I mean, you're not changing it in any way. Cooking it. It's just cold.
Okay, we're moving on. We're moving on to episode 20. The episode in English is Partner Promises, and the translated Japanese is The Promise Between Satoshi and Pikachu, which is Ash, right?
Correct. This episode is adorable. It's a very cute episode. We open with a poke problem from Ash. And the question is, who went after my backpack? Geese, what was the answer to the who's going to call me during a podcast? What was the answer to the previous poke problem, Geese?
Sophocles' house.
That's exactly correct. So we open in the shopping mall. It's the biggest on Melee Island. And Rotom is talking about poke beans. What are they called in English?
Poke beans.
Oh, sick. Poke beans. Steenie loves the flower-shaped beans, and Lily wants to look for some scarves. And this whole scene is just women be shopping because they talk about how much the girls love to shop and the boys don't.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, guys. All right.
Rotom says 87% of women either like shopping or love shopping or don't dislike. Mallow Watto to Soabla Sunrise. Oh, no. Mallow wants to go to Alola Sunrise because they've got cute accessories there. And the boys are not excited about that prospect. But they got heart scales there. So I guess Kiawe, Sophocles, Ash, and Mallow, Lily, Lana. That's everybody who's there?
Yeah, but before they go to the accessory shop, Kiawe's like, I gotta go.
I got milk to deliver, in quotation marks.
And then Sophocles is like, oh, I need to water the flowers. And Ash is like, but his dad does that.
Ooh. Oh, that's better than the Japanese because in Japanese he just says water his flowers, question mark.
And then Rotom's like, oh, Professor Lockie's gonna be on.
Yeah, there's a marathon Rotom's got to watch.
So it's just Ash. But honestly, he's not that bummed out about it. And he's actually a really good sport about, being with the ladies,
The lady. So in this translation, you remember I was saying that it wasn't Lockie, it was Raki. They translated it this time to Detective Lucky, like the word lucky.
Interesting.
It's very fun. So yeah, it's Ash, Pikachu, and the gal. Not even the other pokes. Like, I guess Ash didn't bring his Pokeballs with him because it's just Pikachu. Not even Rotom.
They show that his Pokemon are at home.
At Kook's.
Yeah.
Kook's house. So they go to a I wish I could hear Geese better because she'll say something and it's just like a little whisper in my ear. And I go, what, did she say something?
I don't know why I'm so quiet.
It's fine. I can. So they go to Alola Sunrise and they got pretty jewelry. Mallow, I liked Mallow's she does a cute little thing with her hair, trying out the accessories, like moves her bangs out of the way or whatever. Ash looks out to an island in the distance and some random woman walks up to him and says,
it's a shopkeeper.
Oh, she works at the shop?
I'm assuming.
But she says, I love staring out at the ocean too. You see that island out there? Why, that's Treasure Island. And I've got a kayak.
She says that I love being able to work and look at the ocean.
Oh, okay.
So
that makes sense. She doesn't say that in Japanese. She just says, I love looking at the ocean. So Ash is staring out there. He saw some woman on a Lapras. Got excited about the island. This shopkeeper woman approaches him out of nowhere and offers him up her kayak so Ash can kayak over to the island.
It's called Treasure Island.
Treasure Island, because there are Pokemon over there, which Ash is very excited about.
Spoiler alert, this guy loves Pokemon.
You heard it here first. Breaking news. So the girls are done shopping. They come out with all these bags. Then Ash, in English, in Japanese, yells, "Nice timing!" And they start kayaking out. Just Ash and Pikachu on their own little baby adventure. We see Wingull, we see some Corsola, and I would bet anything it's a different song in English. Do you even recall what song is playing as they're kayaking to the island?
I want to say like the basic Pokemon song.
I knew it. I knew it'd be some generic baloney. Anytime there's an interesting song in this anime, I know it's not playing it in English.
I know. It might be something different. I don't remember.
Well,
what was
in
it
Japanese,
in
it's
Japanese?
this beautiful song, this sea time song that you just wouldn't see in a little kid show like this in English. So it's beautiful sea song, and Ash is like, Pikachu, I feel like we're the only ones in the whole wide world. And they keep...
He's just vibing.
Yeah, he's vibing. He's big time vibing. So he kayaks all the way to the island. They get onto the sand, hop out, and what do they see, Geese? What Pokemon do they run into? Geese is giving me a face of she has no clue. There's a bunch of Pokemon, a big group of Pokemon. They're having a boxing match. What is the Pokemon?
Crabballers. Crab brawlers?
Crabrawlers, yes.
Oh, I got there.
She got it. Yes. One of the Crabrawlers knocks out one of the other Crabrawlers, and he's got the weird, like, crab juice spit thing out of his face.
Crab.
Whatever it's called. No, crab juice, Geese.
I know, that's what I said.
Oh, I thought you said a bad word that I was going to have to cut out.
No.
So anyway, Ash and Pikachu are real excited, and they have little sparkly eyes, and they're talking to the Crabrawlers. Crabrawlers just stare them down and then run away all scared. Okay.
And then...
Now we have something interesting that I don't remember them ever bringing up before. I don't know if it's just a throwaway joke, but a little Pokemon called Cutie Fly flies by and lands on Pikachu's nose. Okay, Ash has never seen a Cutie Fly before. It's a fairy type Pokemon, little guy, little cute little thing.
So cute.
Lands on Pikachu's nose. Pikachu gets like the sniffles or wants to sneeze. Ash is like, what the heck is that Pokemon? If only we had Rotom Dex here, he could tell us. Then we cut to Cucuys, and we see Rotom, and Rotom sneezes and says someone was talking about him. Okay,
Yeah,
so somebody's got to break this down for me.
I'm do they have a psychic link or something?
Are Pikachu and Rotom connected via nasal cavities? Or is it a joke on the, oh, my ears are burning, someone was talking about me? Is it just a joke? I'm so confused.
I think it's just a joke.
Because Cucui's like, Gesundheit or whatever. Bless you.
Cucui's like, I didn't know you could sneeze.
Oh, yeah, that's what he says. How the heck did you do that?
And it's a good face.
Yes. So we cut back to Ash and Pikachu. They're chasing after this Cutie Fly, and the Cutie Fly leads them into a big, giant, beautiful field full of flowers. There's Cutie Flies. There's Rabombees, which is Cutie Fly's evolution. There's some Butterfrees. I think there was another Pokemon in there.
What's the one with the Leia?
Oh, Alay. That would be Comfy. Comfy is also in Alola, anyway, in this show. They're always helping out at the Pokemon Center. They're helping Blissey. But Comfy is just a bunch of flowers connected to one another. If you play the game on Switch, New Pokemon Snap, the first level has a bunch of Comfy at the end of the first level. So they put a lay on Ash, like, the thing of flowers you get in Hawaii. And then a bunch of Alolan executors show up, big, giant, tall palm trees, and they're just marching in a row. And Ash gets real excited, and he starts marching behind them, and he starts saying their name just like him, which in Japanese is Nashi. It's like Nasi, but they pronounce it more like Nyashi. And it's scary for a sec because they all turn their heads and look directly at Ash. And looks like Ash is in big trouble, but then they decide, nah, he's cool. He can come with us. So they keep marching, and they're having a fun time, and they end up in this oasis, and they're playing and splashing and drinking water. It's so funny. So in Japanese, when they're playing in the water, they start playing the theme song from the intro, and they put the lyrics up on screen, which is fun.
Cute.
Like so Pikachu's tired after all this adventuring, all this playing, having fun. He's getting a little tuckered out.
Well, before they fall asleep, Ash has like a little heart-to-heart with Pikachu on the beach.
Yeah, after he pulls out the snacks.
And he's like, it's been so long since it's just been you and me, buddy. We've come so far. They talk about how like I love Alola. We've met so many people. I love it here.
Yeah, he says everyone is so nice here. They are as warm as Alola.
I want to become even stronger with you.
He says, this is something about heartbreak feels good in a place like this. I'm going to become a Pokemon master. Geese's eyes. I'm almost crying over here. It's so sweet and sentimental.
I was crying.
And they start playing and tickling each other in the sand. They fall asleep and they're snuggling, Geese, in the sand.
They're napping.
And then we see a bunch of Wimpods show up. There's way too many Wimpods. Wimpods are these...
Horseshoe crabs. They look like horseshoe crabs.
Yes, they do. They evolve into Glycopods, which are super sick Pokemon, which we'll probably, I'm sure, see later in the anime because Guzma has them. Spoilers for a future character. But there's way too many of them. They start digging in Ash's backpack, trying to eat his food. And Ash and Pikachu are freaking out like, oh, I would freak out too. It looked terrifying. One of them bites Ash's foot.
They hungry.
Hungus. Pikachu starts fighting the Wimpod for the snacks, and they're like twirling and going in a circle, and Pikachu eventually gets the snacks. And then all the Wimpod jump in the water. Well, maybe all of them. We cut to sunset, and we see some cute Wingle on the beach.
Beach.
And Ash says, well, it's probably time to go back home. But then, Geese, there seems to be some sort of weird noise, Geese. What could this be?
We hear some crying, and they're looking around. And I think eventually Pikachu, zeroes in on the noise. It's coming from this crack in the rocks behind them. And we see this lonely little Wimpod trying to climb up this steep little gap in the rocks. He's all alone.
It's very sad. He's crying. Ash is like, we're going to save you, buddy. Don't worry. And he tries to climb this wall over and over and over again. He keeps falling and falling. It's just a steep cliff. Such a steep cliff. And he hurts his little hands and gets these ouchies, and he starts licking them, and Pikachu starts licking him.
The Pikachu licks him. I yelped.
Yes, it was far too cute. Ash is like, God, if only Rowlet were here. And then we cut to Rowlet snoozing on a darn roof, falling over, and then going back to sleep. And I guess does Pikachu say, hey, I got an idea? Because Pikachu certainly runs off to go solve this problem.
Yeah.
And who does Pikachu show back up with, Geese?
Executor. Alolan Executor.
That's
and Ash is like, what's going on, bud?
That's fun. Pikachu's so cute. He's just holding on to Alolan Executor's big old palm tree neck thing. But Ash's like, oh, I got it. This makes perfect sense. So they climb up Alolan Executor so they can actually get on top of the cliff so they can jump down into the cliff, the chasm, valley, whatever you want to call it, and save this little Wimpod. Wimpod's freaking out, but they're going to help him out. They got to figure out how he got in here, how we're going to get him out. And turns out, Geese, there was like some sort of little collapse with the rocks because he maybe got in here through a little hole, but then the rocks fell. So Ash starts moving the rocks out of the way. He's trying his darndest, but then he says, wait, I got a way better idea. Pikachu, just use an Iron Tail. And Pikachu Iron Tails all these rocks, and it bursts open, and now everybody can get out. And Alolan Executor's peeking in. And this whole thing's kind of funny to me because if Pikachu just could have Iron Tailed, why'd we even need to get Alolan Executor in the first place?
Well, they came in a different way. They didn't see that gap.
When they first saw him, there was a tiny little gap. Maybe the rock that Pikachu broke was further away from that little gap they were looking through.
Yeah.
It's probably not important. Wimpod is free, and all his little pals are waiting for him in the water, which is nice. And Wimpod starts to go back in the water, but then he comes back to Ash, and for a second, I was like, wait, Wimpod want to get caught or something? But no, Wimpod just comes up to Ash's little hands and says thank you to him, and it's so sweet, and he's crying.
So cute. He's like, thank you.
And then he swims back with his friends. And then, Geese, we see a sparkle in the sky past the moon. It's a magic fairy dust. It's Tapu Lele, another one of the Island Guardians. And Geese?
Yes?
Yes. I have Tapu Lele, this Pokemon here, in shiny form.
Oh, really? I didn't know the Guardians came in shiny form.
Well, I don't know how canonical it is, but in Pokemon Sword and Shield, I did the Crown Tundra Max Raid Den dungeon thing, where there's a small chance you can get a legendary Pokemon as a shiny. And I got it, and I was excited.
Nice.
So, Tapu Lele is the guardian of Akala Island. Is that correct? Yes.
Yeah.
So just like Tapu Koko, same line at the Tapus. And her magic little scale fairy dust stuff lands on Ash, and it heals his little hands from when he hurt himself trying to climb that cliff. At this point, Ash does not know who this Pokemon is. Then we cut to Kukui's house. It's getting real late at night now, and Ash is telling Kukui all about all the Pokemon he ran into, and Kukui's making dinner, and he's like, oh yeah, well that's this Pokemon, that's Cutiefly. Oh yeah, that's Tapu Lele. That's pretty sick you ran into her. That's real rare. I think Rotom's probably adding something to this too. And turns out the food was delicious, and that's the end of the episode.
Yeah. It looks like a Pokeball or something.
I couldn't tell what it was, but it looked good. Okay, I don't know how we're going to get through this next episode, Geese, because...
Get your tissues, everyone.
I'm saying, look.
Listen.
I was not prepared for episode 21 when I started watching these 3 episodes.
Bawling.
I was crying. And everything makes me cry. Every stupid movie, every stinking show makes me cry these days. And they just lay it on so thick with this episode. I couldn't even believe it.
I didn't realize how soon in the series this episode came.
Well, the ending of the episode, I actually thought would have happened quicker. I was surprised it took that long for the ending to happen. But we got to get through it. Let me take a big old sip of coffee.
While you do that, I'll say the name of the episode. So in English, it's One Journey Ends, Another Begins. And then the English translation of the Japanese title is It's Time for Nyabi to Move On. Nyabi, which I'm guessing is
Litten.
Oh, okay.
I'm learning all these Japanese Alolan Pokemon names, which is fun. No time for laughs. Everybody, hopefully you grabbed your tissues when Geese said to grab your tissues.
Everyone, change your clothes, wear all black.
Everybody put on the little veil. You know the thing I'm talking about?
Yeah,
the women
the
wear?
morning veil.
The morning veil. God, we're spoiling this episode. Okay. Goodness gracious. You need 2 boxes of tissues minimum. Okay. Episode 21. We open at the market where Litton's always running by. Ash is carrying way too much groceries, way too many of them, and Rotom offers to help, but he shouldn't have because he just immediately dropped all the groceries. The old lady we've met a million times, it's always offering friendly advice and being nice. She tries to help, but then Litton pops out of nowhere and steals like a little donut. It is a donut in English, right?
Yeah.
They're not going back to changing rice onigiri to jelly donuts like they used to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you didn't know that in the original
That's
anime?
so funny.
Because they knew American kids would have no idea what a rice ball is, onigiri, so they just called it jelly donuts. Very silly. So Ash chases Litton. It's that old scamp Litton. We've run into him 1,000 times. Turns out Litton was trying to bring the donut to Stoutland, and we see a tree next to them. And the first time I saw this tree, I was like, oh, is it turning autumn now in Hawaii? Because all the leaves are falling off this tree. I mean, there's still a couple leaves, but one of them falls. Turns out, guys, this tree is a metaphor. Leaves are falling, and there's these little cute feet noises, I guess, is what I have written down. Maybe Litton's little feet. The sound design on this is good.
And we see Litton bring the donut he stole to Stoutland, who's on the couch that we've seen Stoutland on. That's
we
traveled somehow from the house to under this bridge.
Yeah, they love living under this bridge on this couch now. And it looks like they're still training. Right now, Stoutland's trying to teach Litton how to do a fire fang, which is like a bite with fire. It looks real sick. And he's trying to teach him how to, like, both of them, when Stoutland's, what is the word I'm looking for? It means to show an example of something. It's a verb.
Demonstrating?
Sure. When Stoutland's demonstrating this move, he gets this fiery aura behind him, and Litton gets it too, up his spine, this fiery aura thing. So Stoutland does it on a piece of wood, the fire fang, and Litton tries to do it on a coconut. I think it's a coconut, but it's really hard, and Litton can't break through it, so he hurts his little teeth. Stoutland gets back up onto the couch, and it seems like he's sick. He's coughing. Every time we have an episode with Litton and Stoutland, they do a flashback, so we see everything they've went through before. So meeting them in the house, running first time they met Litton when he saved the day and then ran off on top of that roof we've been 1,000 times. So Ash brought some berries for Litton and Stoutland, and Litton immediately attacks Ash in the face, and Stoutland's like, "What are you doing? Stop it!"
Yeah,
so rude. He's being nasty. Ash throws his face in the water to get rid of the fire. And then Rowlett introduces himself to Stoutland, which I thought was kind of cute. We cut to Cuckooies after that. And
wait, no, he's not introducing himself. He's just saying hi because they've already met. Remember?
Rowlett and Stoutland?
Yeah.
Okay. It seemed very introductory to
I think
me.
It was like, hey, hello, because they've met on the episode with him and Poplio.
Oh, we already had Rowlett by then? The Rowlett episode was before that?
The one where like they get trapped in the bubble, remember?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, all right. So he's just saying hello in a very formal manner, which Rowlett does look like a little respectable, distinguished gentleman, so it makes sense. We're over at Cuckooies, and Rotom is showing Kukui, the battle footage of Stoutland and Lytton while they were training, because Rotom records everything you say and do, so you better be careful.
Also, before you move on, we forgot to mention that Meowth, right?
I don't think Meowth has Meowth is very important and central to this story, but I don't think we've run into the Meowth part of this yet.
Oh, okay. My apologies. Sorry. Continue.
It's perfectly fine. Perfectly. Looks like we cut to the school real quick. And Ash is, this is the Meowth part here. Cut to Ash walking. I guess school is over, and Ash is walking, and Team Rocket shows up out of nowhere. And it's been a while. This is the first time we've seen them in this batch of episodes. And before I think they get through their intro, but before they can do anything, Lytton immediately shows up and just sets them all on fire. And Lytton is really concerned. He's like pawing at Ash's leg, asking for help. Very, very, very concerned. And then Pikachu quickly does like an electro ball, and they run off. While Team Rocket, just completely defeated, starts to walk off. Meowth says, "Hold on a minute," because Meowth can speak Pokemon, so he heard what Lytton was saying to Ash. I guess we should mention Meowth and Lytton, Team Rocket and Lytton have some history. They've had episodes together, and Team Rocket really respects Lytton. And they asked Lytton to join Team Rocket, but he didn't end up doing it, even though he said he would, but that was just a trick to save his friends.
Meowth is the one that's interested in Lytton.
Yes, because Meowth knows what's up. Meowth goes to follow. He's like following behind Ash and the kids. And we get back to the couch under the bridge. Stoutland's in a lot of pain. He's not doing good. And Ash says he's going to take him to a Pokemon Center. And everybody's like, "What? You're just going to try and carry him?" "Oh, no, you can't." "Well, you're still trying." I looked it up. Stoutland's like 135 pounds, so not as heavy as I thought he would be. So, I mean, maybe Ash could pick him up. Meowth is still watching from a distance. He's like eavesdropping what's going on. The tree with the leaves starts dropping more of the leaves. And we cut to the Pokemon Center. We see Blissey, Nurse Joy, Comfy, and they're all trying to take care of Stoutland. They have all these little tubes connected to him. Lytton is really whining and scared. And we see Nurse Joy talking to Ash. And she says, "Look,
part.
What?"
"Oh, this part, the scene."
Yeah, it's for a little Pokemon show, it's edited pretty well, like you would see in a movie, like a drama. So Nurse Joy starts telling Ash what's up with Stoutland. She says he isn't injured or sick, really. And right before she continues to say what she's going to say, the door closes. So we can no longer hear what she's saying. We can only see their lips move. And instead, we just see Lytton, who ran in to go see Stoutland. And Lytton's just licking Stoutland. And Meowth is listening in on Nurse Joy and Ash speak. Ash calls Kukui to let him know what's going on. Kukui tells Ash that it's clear from what Lytton has done in coming to you that you're about the only human that Lytton trusts, so don't let him down.
Yeah.
And then Ash gets some berries for Stoutland and Lytton. He goes into the Pokemon Center, but they ran away. I guess Lytton convinced Stoutland to leave the Pokemon Center. So Ash runs off to go find them, and Meowth stops Ash. Meowth tells, and it's Meowth, so it's Team Rocket, so Ash is immediately on guard, like, what are you trying to fight? But Meowth just tells Ash he needs to look after Lytton. What does he say in English? Something about him being a tough Pokemon or something?
Yeah, something like that. Like, Lytton's a tough Pokemon, and he tells Ash, like, make sure you never give up on Lytton. Capiche?
Capiche. It's better in Japanese. They don't play it so silly. We see that Stoutland is back on his favorite little couch, and Lytton's licking him, and it's nighttime, obviously. And they go right back to...
I'm going to start crying. Oh, my gosh.
No crying on the podcast. The Clambos can cry if they want, but they got tissues. No crying for us. We gotta be professional here. They go back to practicing Fire Flame, and then Lytton snuggles up with the sleeping Stoutland, and another leaf falls from the tree. I thought it was the last leaf, but I think there's 2 leaves left. Lytton falls asleep. We see Lytton's dream. He's in a completely white background.
What?
I'm
What?
laughing at myself. Getting choked up over a Pokemon episode.
Oh, you're gonna cry too?
I'm
Can we
not
just
crying.
cry together?
Nobody's crying. Pikablu's crying. Okay. Litton's in this white background, and he's running towards Stoutland, but Stoutland keeps getting further and further away in the dream, and like going up and away like a staircase kind of thing. And Litton wakes up, but he's all alone on the couch. There's no Stoutland. Okay, and here's where we see the very last leaf on the tree fall off. So Litton runs to the house they used to hang out in. There's no one there. He starts walking past the market, and he walks to this cliff and stares out to the sea.
And it's raining.
I think rain starts in a little bit. He runs back to the couch. There's this dust in the wind in front of the couch, and he runs towards it, but it's just dust. And then the couch breaks. And now a third last leaf falls. God, how many leaves are going to fall? This is the third last leaf. Now it starts to rain. Litton starts.
What?
It's a reaction. Laughing and crying are very similar. They
Yeah.
come from the same place. Litton starts crying, and then Pikachu and Kukui walk up. They have umbrellas, and Rotom asks, "Where is Stoutland?" And Kukui says, "Don't ask that."
He says, "I'm sorry" in English.
Interesting. Ash is real sweet towards Litton. We cut to the Team Rocket's secret base. Meowth is just staring at the sky, and the rest of Team Rocket is complaining about Meowth, like, what's wrong with him? But then Beware walks up to Meowth and just hugs him and says he's not in the mood. Meowth says that, I guess. We cut to the old lady in the market. She's giving treats to Ash to cheer Litton up. She says, Litton is always welcome over here. Let him know that. But when Ash tries to give Litton the treats, he doesn't want to eat. And I guess there's sort of a time jump here because we see Ash staring out a rainy window. Is that at Kukui's place?
Yeah.
Kukui's talking to him, and we see Meowth walk up to Litton on his little couch. Meowth tells Litton that he can talk to him anytime he wants to. But then Ash shows up, and Meowth runs away because he's not trying to be there while Ash is talking to him. And Ash says, Litton, I'm going to stay with you until you eat a good meal. And does this happen in English? Does Meowth sing a whole song?
No.
Oh, you missed it then. Because Meowth does an entire, like, sad ballad at this point in Japanese. And now the 45th final leaf, I keep calling every leaf the last leaf. The 45th final leaf from the tree flies away, and Litton chases the leaf, and then he sees Stoutland in the clouds and is happy. And
I'm bawling.
Yeah, nobody's got dry eyes in the entire room at this point. But to break the tension in the episode, Ash's stomach grumbles and he's very hungry. And Litton tries to give Ash the berry, and Ash says, "No, Litton, you need to eat first." And they pass it back and forth a while. And then Ash asks Litton if he wants to join his team. And Litton, of course, in answer, throws fire in Ash's face with an ember or something. Meowth is still eavesdropping, but he's not, letting himself be known. He's just off in the distance there, and he says to himself, the translation of that fire is he'll join if Ash proves himself in battle. So Ash understands that that's what the fire in the face means. So he says, "Go, Pikachu, use a quick attack." And then Litton uses an ember and a fire fang and Iron Tail Pikachu. And then Litton bites Pikachu's tail. And Pikachu throws Litton up against the wall with his tail. And there's fire and there's electricity everywhere. And then Ash grabs a Pokeball and he throws it at Litton. Litton jumps in the air and then touches the ball with his little paw. And Ash catches Litton. Meowth's bawling at this point. Everybody's crying. Meowth's crying. He says, "I can accept this. We're going to be enemies again since Litton's new friends are the brats or whatever." Okay, now it's time to eat. And everybody gets all the berries out, and In the end, we see Stoutland in the clouds, kinda in the clouds. Like you can kind of see that it sort of looks like a Stoutland. And that's the end of episode 21. We have another stinger at the end, but it's just a stinger for the last episode. So in Japanese, Geese, episode 20 and 21 were presented as one giant 1 hour special. So we didn't get a stinger for the last episode because they combined it into one episode, and the whole time they were doing giveaways. Well, like obviously live, they were doing giveaways of like Pokemon cards, and they were talking about the new Pokemon movie that was going to come out that year. But the stinger is just Ash describing Cutie Fly from the previous episode, and Rotom tells Ash about Cutie Fly, and Ash says, "That's my Rotom," and Rotom goes beep beep beep. It's kind of a cute little scene. But yeah, it's weird to see that after episode 21, just jumping back to episode 20.
Yeah, it is weird. I have a question.
Yeah.
Have we ever seen an implied Pokemon death before in the series?
I am thinking. I mean, we heard stories in the past where clearly Pokemon would have had to have passed away. It was a real fear with Charmander when he was in the rain, but he ended up surviving that. I'm sure the answer is probably, but I haven't watched enough of the anime to be able to tell, really.
And
it's interesting because it is a kid's show, so at no point in Japanese anyway did they use the words.
Yeah.
They don't come out and say it. You just have to...
It's all implied.
Yeah. Like even Rotom, like he kind of represents like the audience of a child watching because he's like, oh, where's Stoutland? And Kukui doesn't just straight answer him. He just says, you don't need to ask that question, or in English, I'm sorry, that kind of thing.
Man, when I first watched this episode, it killed me. I watched it when my family's dog
Geese.
yes, was like 17. We knew his time was near, and like I was dying. I was not ready for it. Ugh.
Well, I mean, if I'd watched this episode several years ago, I would have been able to watch it just fine. But for whatever reason, I can't watch even one show, not even one movie, without the waterworks, getting emotional, choking up.
How can you not cry at this episode? Really? Like, I just don't. You got to be crying.
It was a tough one. Tough one to get through. Very good episode, but tough to get through.
Man, oh man. And the fact that it's a dog Pokemon, it's like, come on, guys.
It's going to relate to a lot more people, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, at least Litton's finally part of the team, which it's been a long time coming. 21 whole episodes. Seems
I'm a
like
huge
a lot.
Litton stan, you know.
Litton stands in the building.
All right. Now that we everyone get some tissues, dry off your tears.
Blow your noses.
All right. Let's wrap up the episode, Guyera.
Okay.
What?
No, you go ahead. I'm fighting back the having to go pee, but I can make it. I can make it through the wrap.
No, go pee.
I make it.
No, I want an empty bladder Guyera for the end.
But don't you know, Geese, that it turns out that if you have to pee, you actually perform way better in all your tasks?
Because go pee, Guyera.
Then your subconscious takes over.
But it makes me anxious, so go pee. This man, I tell ya, Mamma Mia, he's back.
I'm actually surprised the toilet can hold that much.
Oh my god!
I drink a lot of water.
That's too much.
You know what's really funny is because we're speaking, I guess that subconsciously, it was just so funny because I go into the bathroom and then as I'm leaving, I realize I locked the bathroom door, even though there's nobody here. Why would I lock the door? I guess because
it was like I was here.
Right. I guess if you speak to someone subconsciously, it's like you. Anyway, weird. Funny. All right, Geese, you say you're going to take us through the wrap up?
Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Heck yeah.
You can say the H word and the D word.
It's like PG-13 rules, but somehow more strict.
I think you can do that in PG. You may even be able to do that in G. Donkey Kong 64.
Well, while I wrap up, can you get the listeners' questions ready?
Get the questions.
Okay, guys. Thank you all for listening. It's been a blast. Even though there was some crying, we also did some laughing, I'd say.
Yes.
So please check out us on social media. Look, Listen, Cast. That's on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube, right?
I'm sorry, Geese. I was too busy reading the emails. I wasn't paying attention to what you said. What?
Our YouTube channel is Look, Listen, Cast as well, right?
Yeah, the weird thing with YouTube is for some reason it's really tough to get a URL that is just the name of the thing. So, I mean, if you Google YouTube Look Listen Cast, it'll pop up right away.
Or you can go to looklistencast.com.
Which will have the link. That is, I would say, a preferable solution.
Thank you, Key Squared, for our artwork. Thank you, RDFine and Rock Party, for your continued support. And if you'd like to support us,
please support us.
If you would like to support us, you can go to looklistencast.com and click on the Anchor link, and you can support us on a reoccurring basis or do a one-time donation at Anchor.
Only geese.cash as well.
Yeah, you can support us that way too. If you like this podcast, think about recommending it to your friends or your families or your enemies. Everyone will like it. So yeah, Guyera, do you have the questions ready?
Yes. At first, I was thinking about just doing one question per week so we always have enough. But then I realized, no, I'm going to do 2 questions this week because Pikablu and RDFine sent them real quick and I don't want them to have to wait. Driving Dvan also sent a question, but since he's behind on podcasts, he can wait till the next podcast.
Okay.
First question sent is from Pikablu, friend of the show.
Thank you.
Pikablu is great because he sends us videos of himself dancing to our podcast theme song, and then Geese says, "Oh, cool, what's that from?"
I was like, "That's so familiar. Like, where is that from?" And I was like, and then Guyera was like, "That's from our show," and I was like, "Right, right."
Stuff.
Well, Guyera does all the editing, so like I never like hear it with the music. To be fair, so
you got to start playing it on all your car trips. Oh, wait, it's a secret. All right, yeah. Pikablu's question of the week. Question. Should I have read these beforehand? Or is it better
read? Oh my gosh, I thought you read them beforehand.
This will be fun.
I like getting them beforehand so I can think about the answer.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I just thought it may be exciting spur of the moment answering. We'll decide for future. Pikablu, it me Pikablu. Don't give out my bad email. I should see about changing my email, but I've had it since Gmail started, and I don't want to have to do extra stuff to change it anyway to the letter. Hello, Peep and Guyera. Pokemon has a lot of inspirations from the real world. Semicolon. Technology, people, Pokemon, places. What real-life inspiration would you like to see in a Pokemon game or show/movie? Here's one I think is neat. I'd like to see karaoke or karaoke get introduced into Pokemon in some way. Thank you, Hey You Pikablu. P.S. I do so love it when you share the differences between the subbed and dubbed. P.P.S. Rise up, gamers.
What a great email. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, karaoke would be so cute. I mean, don't they kind of have like implied karaoke with like Jigglypuff with like that? You know what I mean?
I suppose in the anime, yeah, she always carries around her little microphone. So that's kind of karaoke-y, a little bit.
I feel like I want a like pop star trainer or something.
Believe that's been done?
Well, I want another one.
We need another one. One of the Gym 5 gym leaders, she's like a big, giant, famous singer, I think, model. The electric type gym leader of Gym 5. She looks real sick in black and white, too. Her outfits. Let's see. Yep, I've decided I agree with Geese and that it's better to read the emails ahead of time so that way you have your answer ready to go.
Yeah. I think also like a skateboarding Pokemon would be sick.
I'm trying to think if there's ever been anything
or like a skateboarding like trainer or fighter or something.
I think there's trainers who like roller skate or skateboard. There's a lot of different people on a lot of vehicles. Bunch of different games. What real-life inspiration would you like to see in a Pokemon game or show and movie? Interesting question. Maybe some more theme park stuff. Again, Black and White, the best Pokemon series, clearly. Or Pokemon generation. there was that big Ferris wheel, and I think there's been little roller coaster gym leaders in the past, like in their little gym. Just a big old Pokemon Disneyland, I guess. That is my answer for the question.
I also want more like frog inspired Pokemon.
Frog or Prog?
Frog. Other than like Greninja or whatever.
I mean, we got Politoed, Poliwhirl.
I know, but those are like pre-frog. I want, adult. I want
Jesus
adult
Christ.
frog Pokemon.
Oh, Geese loves
Okay,
some frogs.
Everyone at Professor_Tickle_bits and say, we want adult frog Pokemon.
All right. Next time I'll get you a better... Keep writing into the podcast, Pikablu. I'll get you a better answer next time. Don't you worry. On to the next email from RDFine.
Thank you.
Alola, friends. What was that, Geese?
I said thank you.
You're welcome. Alola,
Not
friends.
you. I meant RDFine.
Yeah, I was already fine. You're welcome. Alola, friends is the subject line. Been looking and listening to the podcast for a long time. Aside from the Alola region and the Pokemon introduced there, what is another favorite generation/region of Pokes? What are a couple of your favorite Pokemon from there? P.S. I don't get to the tropics often, so as a weather enthusiast, I appreciate the weather updates. All the best, RDFine. And RDFine, lucky you, because I just said it. It's Generation 5, Unova, the best region they ever had. Every Pokemon was new. Everything was unique. I've never been more excited for a generation. It's got to go to Black and White.
What's
Favorite Pokes?
the country inspiration for that?
That's the United States. It's the first one to take place outside of Japan.
Oh.
The first 4 regions were all based on different areas of Japan. So Kanto, that's the first, and that's like where Tokyo is. Johto, that's more like in the country. It's connected to Kanto, but it's more rural, I guess you would say.
Like Hokkaido?
No, Hokkaido's Gen 4. Hokkaido's north. That'd be Sinnoh. And Gen 3 is more like the islandy areas of Japan, because all of Gen 3, 8.8, too much water. And then so for Generation 5, when we jump to an entirely new continent, not just country, they speak a different language. And that's something that's so cool in the Pokes games, is that they make it clear that people are speaking different languages. Like, we all read it in whatever language we choose our game as, English, Japanese, what have you, but they're making it clear that people from other regions are speaking different languages, which I think is so cool. So they'll like be translating someone from Unova which is issue in Japanese, and they're in one of the Japanese regions and they're trying to speak Japanese, but it comes off as like broken, or vice versa. It's so cool that they do that.
Interesting. I wonder, like, do they allude in like the video game for like Sun and Moon? Like, is it supposed to be like Okinawa? Is it like Hawaii where like they're speaking that different language?
Alola is 100% all Hawaii, but I don't know what language they're speaking. I would imagine it's the Unovan language, so English and not Japanese. But a lot of Japanese people go to Hawaii. It was so crazy to me the first time the only time I visited Hawaii, because where I live, you'll see signs in English and Spanish. In Hawaii, you see signs in English and Japanese, because Hawaii is such a vacation destination for Japanese people. They love it. So it could be. I don't know if they've ever made it 100% clear what language Alola is speaking. Maybe it's Japanese, because I'm thinking of the people who are from Alola that show up in the regions based on Japan, and they seem like they're just speaking regular Japanese. Who's to say? But RDFine also asked my favorite Pokemon from that generation, Gen 5. Why don't I just tell you my team? Geese, while I'm looking at my team, why don't you talk about your favorite generation in Pokes?
Okay, so I don't have a lot of experience with Pokemon in general. The only game I've ever played was Sword and Shield.
Good game.
And the only other anime I watched was the original. Honestly, I think my favorite is Alola, the Alolan Pokemon. I'm a big Rowlet fan. I really relate to Rowlet's lifestyle.
Snoozing.
Yeah. And then, like, I like all of the starters, to be honest. I like them because I have an emotional attachment to them because of the show. I've never played the video game, obviously. But yeah, that's probably my answer.
Good answer. I will choose for some of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 5 Unova, Reuniclus, one of the sickest Pokemon designs of all time. Geese, can you see this at all? Is that visible? What he looks
I
like?
knew it. I'm so proud of myself because I knew immediately what you were talking about.
Those are his other forms there.
It's like a blob amoeba
like single
looking
cell
thing.
Hello, Elton's John, while I'm trying to record. This guy here, Cough Egregious, I didn't use him in my black and white team, but his other form that Yamask evolves into, Runa Regis, I did use on my Sword and Shield team. Very sick. And who doesn't love Scraggy?
That Pokemon has big U energy.
He's got big old pants, and he's always trying to pull them up. I love Generation 5 so much. It's never going to happen again where we get all new Pokemon. I just know it, but that brief window of time when we did, I'll savor it forever. Savor is not the right word. What's the word I'm looking for? Cherish
Treasure?
it. Treasure and cherish both work.
When
Treasure
is
and cherish the memory.
When does a new game come out?
November, Geese, less than 4 months away.
Wow.
I'm thrilled. Edge of my seat, excited. We are, let me check the bot. I think it's 100. Let me check the bot. We are only 121 days away from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Sick.
Very sick. Thank you for the questions, RDFine and Pikablu. Wonderful to receive them. I'll give you even better answers next time by preparing the answers. Dvan, you'll be next week. If you're listening, who knows? You're so busy. Okay. You're not going to catch me hitting 2 hours, so we're actually going to wrap it up big time. Geese is giving some real eyebrows, though, so I don't know what that's about. Well, I have a theory.
My headphones came unplugged, so I didn't hear anything you said.
Sick! Very sick.
But yeah, thank you, everyone, and we'll see you soon. I don't know. We might have to skip a week. I don't know.
We're not skipping a week, Geese! Don't tell them that. It's not going to happen. That's all Geese does is say we're going to skip a week. She says, oh, let's start a podcast together. It'll be great. And then every single week it's, oh, man, we're going to have to skip this week. And I go, no, we're not. And then we just do the episode anyway. But anyway, it was wonderful to see you all. And guess what? Pretty soon you're going to hear us do a fun ad read because thanks to you, we got 50 listeners. So we get to record an ad read for Anchor.
We have 7 minutes. So there's no rush.
There's a big rush. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, because Aaron's going to be here, and I'm not spending the valuable time that well, maybe we will. I don't know. We'll see.
Look, all of us having a great time talking together, that's still spending valuable time. Just, he'll come and record too. It'll be perfect.
Well, I have one mic, so.
He's going to bring a mic. I'm seeing some eyebrow.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Who's to say?
Yeah, you'll get an episode. Don't you worry. Okay, goodbye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you. Howdy, y'all. It's me, Geese Pete. Thank you for listening to the Geese Pete Productions podcast.
Geese Peep Enterprises, doing business as Peep Industries, together with its subsidiaries, is a diversified worldwide entertainment company with operations in media networks, talent management, parks and resorts, multimedia entertainment, and consumer products and interactive media. Geese Peep Enterprises is a Dow 30 company